Political hoax or facts? How many of y'all believe global warming is real? Alright, well today, a week ago, I did some research and a speech about global warming, and some of it did not add up. So I did some extensive researching and I got some facts based on if global warming is true or not. Today, I'm going to go over groups of decision making on climate change, some facts on climate change, and on top of it, I'm going to go over some hypothesis of why they say CO2 is the leading cause of global warming, and the truth upon CO2. Groups that want to go over the hypothesis of global warming and climate change. And according to Prager, who does a video about climate change and what scientists say, that there is 3 types of scientists. And the 3 types of scientists are the IPCC, and what they are is the top scientists. So they're going over the facts or the hypothesis of burning fossil fuels and how that affects the greenhouse gases and climate change and everything. And then there's the skeptics. The skeptics, they have they believe that, you know, the climate change is gonna happen. You know, there's due to wind and, you know, natural things and the moon and the world, and, you know, just due to natural things. And then they also believe that it does not get affected by such things as CO2. And then there's political and environmentalist and the media. You know, the media, they definitely do not. They are only saying and bringing fear because they're trying to get power and lead you to believe something due to how they want you to react. So they have goals, and that's why they stating that global warming is dooming. And so these are 3 groups according to Prager, and according to the IPCC, the high elite scientists. There's always climate change, and it's always been changing, but at the same time, with the complexity of the climate, you know, there's no prediction of whether if the long-term results are going to be harmful, or if there's going to be any problems due with any of this climate change. And according to Boulder, Colorado, you know, the Antarctic has been inclining with the sea ice level, and the Arctic has been declining. But with those facts, there's been no devastational changes due to climate change. According to Global and Planetary Change, January 2014, and Coastal Engineering, May 2013, sea levels have been decreasing. So there is no global harm, and with the increase of sea levels upon global changes on the climate. And according to Bajoran Lambert, what's so alarming, he went on and said that CO2 is basically greenhouse gases, and they're saying that greenhouse gases and CO2 is what's causing the temperature to rise. And the greenhouse gas has been increasing since the 19th century, and because of the emissions only been playing a role since 1960, we have been increasing on CO2, but at the same time, the increases levels of CO2 have not been changing the temperature on the planet by only 1.82 degrees Fahrenheit to 1 degree Celsius. So there's not really much of a change in temperature. So in conclusion, just be careful who you're listening to. There's a couple groups that you can listen to, but some might get some accessible facts, and some of these facts aren't even accessible. But at the same time, you know, the ones that are accessible, and especially about certain things, they just don't, they aren't harming and devastating to our planet. But take care of the planet. But at the same time, even though I don't believe it's such a bad thing, I still definitely take care of the planet. And on top of it, the climate's always gonna change. So just like even though if the climate's always gonna change, be careful how you even use the things that emit natural or man-made gases. But at the same time, just do what you got to do.